Why evergreen structure? Why is that the best way or the only way to gain access?
Well, if you're fine with capital calls, if you want it, and you're gonna have to invest at least $1 million or so. But with Evergreen, like you do have, as we noted in the panel, you're gonna have probably some cash drag, but it's not the worst thing in the world because at least that cash is in there and they can find places to put it. They can use some liquid market proxies for what they have in the private market. They can find ways to get the capital to work. But I find unless you have a very dedicated capital cash flow management system, it can be difficult to use closed-end structures. A friend of mine went to a family office and they thought they had X worth of capital with capital calls potential over the next 3 years. No, it was 1.5X. What? We gonna put up how many more millions? Tens of millions of dollars possibly? We didn't even know. So this is a family office with hundreds of millions of dollars and they didn't even know. So how can a retail person, I mean, I'm very dedicated to paying my bills. I put it up in my banking app. But I mean, without that, like you got to find a way to manage your cash flow, and Evergreens allow you that.
As founder of CAASA, you have access to a lot of wealth managers in the space, both private and public markets. What's your takeaway in terms of what you really want your audience to know? You've met with a lot of people over the past 2 or 3 days. What was the key takeaway from these events?
Everything's converging. What was in the digital assets world and then the public markets and private and institutional and retail. Of course, family office has always straddled that. You know, you have things coming together like tokenization and pricing of public or private assets on almost a daily basis. Like before that would be like heresy. What are you talking about? And now it's like, oh, maybe that could work. But maybe, I don't think we're a daily yet, but more than doing it once a year or just upon sale, which was how it worked. Yeah. Closed-end fund. They take your money when they want. They use it as long as they need to. They sell something, they give you your money back. And whatever, that was the deal. Now there's another deal. You can have a lot more control over your cash flow.